In this video, we will understand in brief what is OData framework and how it connects different systems and cloud. Okay, OData stands for Open Data Protocol. It's a way how different software systems connect each other and exchange data. Exchanging means reading data, writing data, or creation of data. So all these includes, okay, how different systems can connect through OData to exchange data among the systems. Okay, to give an example, it is like two or more friends having their speaking language, different languages. For example, you speak English, other person speak maybe French, other person speaks German. Okay, if you all want to communicate commonly, OData acts like a common platform which translates into common language, understandable language. Okay. In simple terms, we can say OData acts as a translator or common language among different systems. And we will see different systems that can connect through OData. Okay, it includes relational databases like SQL Server and Oracle DB, or non-SQL databases like MongoDB, ERP systems like SAP, Dynamics, sorry, cloud services, content management. Okay, all this includes. Okay, and here if I want to give example in a systems perspective, suppose you have a SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central where your employee data is stored, and you also have a MongoDB. For example, in MongoDB you store employees pay slips and increment slips, all other documents. Okay, currently these two systems are not connected. Those are two individual systems. In this case, employee logs into SuccessFactors through SSO. They access their information, and if they want to access their pay slips, they log into MongoDB separately again through SSO, and they access the pay slips. Suppose if you want to transfer the pay slips from MongoDB to SuccessFactors so that employee can access the documents and their data in single platform, you can do that using OData. So through OData, SAP SuccessFactors system can speak to MongoDB to retrieve payslips from MongoDB and store it in SuccessFactors or SuccessFactors employee profile in one of the portlet. In this way, employee can access both their data and payslips with a single login. So we are completely avoiding separate logging into MongoDB for payslips. Okay, this is one example. And if I take another example, suppose you majorly rely for reports and visualizations on Tableau. Okay, and your data resides in SuccessFactors cloud, SuccessFactors system, and data in the one of the data centers in the cloud. And if you want to send data from SuccessFactors to Tableau for visualizations, what you can do again through OData, you can connect, and Tableau can read data from SuccessFactors, and data can be replicated into different stories or visualizations. So this is how OData acts as an intermediary between systems to make them exchange data to and fro. Okay, and sometimes the data can be two directional as well. In our case, in first example, we are retrieving payslips from MongoDB to SuccessFactors. This is one way from MongoDB to SuccessFactors. In second example, we are sending data from SuccessFactors to Tableau. This is also one way. And there could be some situations where you may want to send the data to third-party systems, and after some processing, again you want to receive data from third-party system to SuccessFactors. If I take a typical example, okay, suppose for interview assessment, if you are using a third-party system, okay, you send applicant data to that third-party system where applicant being interviewed, interview feedback also will be stored in the third-party system. Once assessment is done, the third-party system again send back that data, final result to SuccessFactors recruiting system. Okay, this is also one example. And if I want to take exact example, we have a background check and assessment vendors. Okay, in this through OData, they can connect to SuccessFactors recruiting system. Once background check is done, final result will be pushed back to SuccessFactors applicant history page. Okay, these are various examples to make you understand how OData connects to different systems. Okay, the structure, storing, everything could be different among different systems. Okay, but OData is like a common language which enables different systems to speak on a common language to exchange data among systems. Now we will see in SuccessFactors how do you access different OData APIs. Okay, you can go to OData API dictionary. In our previous example, we understood OData facilitate communicating among different systems. And in that we have taken example of SuccessFactors recruiting connecting to third-party background vendor for to and fro communication, data communication. Now let us see here. This is where OData API dictionary lies. So here we can see different APIs that are available. Okay. Previously, we just understood a generic example like recruiting connecting to third-party background vendor. But in recruiting itself, we have different APIs available. For example, application, candidate, job requisition, application history, okay, snapshot, background, questions. Like there are many APIs. So which particular API should connect to third party, that we should know. Then only we will be able to give correct API and we can establish correct connection for to and fro data communication. Let us search for background check in the previous example that we took. So here we have two APIs. One is job application background check request and another one is for job application background check result. So this API will be used by background vendor. Okay, the third party background vendor will read all the applicants where background check is initiated. If you open this, you can see applicant ID, who created and created date, last modified, order status, and background request ID. So these will be filled in once background request is initiated. Background request is initiated only for those candidates who are selected or yet to be selected after background check. Okay, not for everybody. So background check vendor, that third party integration which connected through OData to SuccessFactors recruiting will read these statuses and picks only those applicant IDs. Once they receive this data, they initiate background verification. Once they receive a result, what they do, they will post data again back to success factors. Here what is happening? Data is being fetched from success factors like a reading here, and here data is being fed back to success factors. It is a two-way communication happening between success factors recruiting and third-party background check. For example, Sterling, I would say. Okay, this is how OData acts as an intermediary communicator between success factors and Sterling background check. This is one example. Likewise, there are so many examples available. Okay, here what we have to do, we have to understand more is, if you click on this, there are different properties for each of the fields. You should understand the properties of the these fields. You don't need to by heart, you just need to understand what is each of these. Okay, here application ID, it is a long, that means it can accept numbers. Okay, it is of a number format. It is not pick list, that is why this cell is empty. And if I take pick list, if it is a pick list, then you would obviously see what is the pick list associated with that. Okay, and a business key, it specifies whether this is a business key. Okay, this is again for a table structure. If it is a business key, you can use that for primary key to fetch data from other tables. Okay, whether it is a nullable, can this field be empty? That is what it says. False means it cannot be. Application ID must not be a null value. Okay, and whether it is a required or not, since application ID might have been not made mandatory in this API job application background check request. That is why it is showing as a not required. But whether it can be creatable or not. Yes, that means you can create it. Updatable or not, whether you can update this field or not, that is what it's updatable. If it is false means you cannot update through OData. Upsettable means if there is already data, it will update. If there is no data, it can create. Since this upsettable is a two-way functionality, update or create, it is a true. That means here if you see creatable true, that means obviously it is a upsettable true. Okay, that means at least creation operation is there, right? And whether it is a visible or not, whether it is a visible on the screen or not, that property is shown here. Visible true means it is visible. Whether it can be sortable or not. In case if you are taking reports or if you are sorting this data by application ID, whether it can be possible or not, that is what this sortable property signifies. Whether it can be filterable, whether if you want to use this field as a filter or not, this is what it shows. It is true, that means you can use application ID as a filter. Whether it is a sensitive personal data, whether application ID, this field is a sensitive or not, that it signifies. It is false means it is not a sensitive data. Likewise, it is there, whether there is any display format available. Usually we see this display format in EC. Whether if there is any format, it shows here. Okay, and there are some other values. Default value means whether by default, if no value is there, by default are you setting any value? If you are setting, what is the default value? That field is this. What is the maximum length of this field? Again, this is more relevant in fields where you can set maximum length. And again, precision, scale, these are all not relevant here, but these are all different properties. Okay, I have explained for application ID. You can see for anything here. Okay, for each of these fields, there are properties available. Okay. And here you see for user, here it is a one-to-one navigation. It is a star one means many to one navigation. Okay. And if I take another example like employee, maybe I'll take employee job. This is a job information of an employee. Here you see again different properties of each field. Okay, here like I said previously, maximum length was not relevant, that is why it was empty. But here if you see, maximum length is relevant since they might have set this maximum length, that is why it is showing here. Wherever it is relevant for each module, that field property will show up in the particular property. Okay, and here also you will see supported operations for this OData API query. That means you can read and you can also upsert. Okay, likewise there are so many available, and data offset also is available, and I'll show you pick list. Previously we didn't see pick list, or I will take this form currency. Currency is a standard pick list, though here it says string. In EC we can set currency value for standard fields. Okay, and this is a standard currency that is associated for, again here included in challenged person, yes or no. Okay, so this is how you can check different properties of a field of a OData API.